Human collateral. There are many things that we fear. In the communication age, we're bombarded with information about disasters, threats, genocide, epidemics, revolutions, terrorists. As responsible citizens, we need help to focus on the essentials without sensationalist reporting and inane TV entertainment. First, define who is us and who is them. Us is life on Earth. Them? They're not the black hats versus our white hats. They're not people who don't look like me. They're not poor, immigrants, or angry ones. They're not humans at all. Them are common enemies in a new age that's changing rapidly. Life is not everybody for himself. Lobby groups, think tanks, political parties, international corporations, big business, unions, big money. We can only win if we all pull together. Where can we get the big picture? Who's in danger? From what? Let's take a global approach on the issues. Race, poverty, chemical disasters, natural disasters, vulnerability, crime, drugs, gender inequality, cost of education, international and global affairs. We see our world changing, and as humans today, we're more interconnected, adapting to changes, communicating faster, getting information. It's others that are robbed by identity thieves, internet scams, Ponzi schemes. Others fall victim to birth defects, cancer, epidemics. Others are blown up by terrorists. The others are us. This is our world. Other humans have problems, and they're our problems. Los Angeles has, after spending $25 billion on welfare, homelessness is up 20%. Due to campaigns, there are reductions of 16% for people homeless more than a year and 24% for homeless veterans. Violent crime is up in Los Angeles. After more than a decade of decline, violent crime in Los Angeles rose more than 20% during the first half of 2015. Felony assaults up 26%, robberies up 19%. And Los Angeles' homeless are on a steep rise, up 16% in Los Angeles County. Recently, Los Angeles County supervisors authorized $100 million for affordable housing. Will the homeless population be able to live in these affordable housing units? Will housing be given to those who prove they've lived off the streets for 6 months? Will poor families be given housing first? How will a homeless get funds to go through recovery, get jobs, and eat? We see that when institutions closed in the 1950s, the mentally ill were abandoned to the streets. There's no surprise we have escalating homelessness. We also have an exponential increase of the mentally ill in prisons and on the streets. Why are the mentally ill increasing dramatically? There are a rising number of mentally ill. The schools place disabled children in the regular classes. There are rising costs of treating mental illness. In the schools, the cost increases dramatically when behaviors lead to residential schools. There are crippling costs of therapy and psychiatry and little to show for it. Parents are given little guidance. They hope the child will grow out of it. 1 in 4 Americans suffers from a mental illness. This costs the U.S. $317 billion annually in lost wages, health care, and disability. Chemical toxins permanently damage about 7% of babies before birth, 2 to 4% in Italy, 7 to 9% in South Africa. We didn't know. Why didn't federal agencies make a bigger deal of this years ago? Fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, FASD, is a worldwide phenomenon. No amount of alcohol is safe for a fetus. It's easy to identify the culprit. Alcohol plus pregnancy leads to mentally disabled kids. The corpus callosum of the brain is permanently damaged. FASD annual births are greater than the new cases of Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, cystic fibrosis, spina bifida, and sudden infant death syndrome all combined. In the United States, medical institutions don't diagnose fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. Fetal disabilities cause a wide range of diagnosable symptoms. Each symptom of mental and physical disability is treated separately. FASD is 100% preventable, but no one takes responsibility to alert the public. Are you listening? Adoptive parents are not told that 80% of adoptive children have disabilities. ADHD is diagnosed, but FASD is not. ADHD is just one common symptom of FASD. Since correct diagnosis is not given, children do not get the assistance they need. Parents are not guided to get federal assistance for their disabled children. Parents are not guided to apply for legal and medical responsibility for the child. As a consequence, the parents are out of the loop and don't have access to legal and medical information when their child reaches the age of 18. FASD youth have no means of support, can't cook, clean, hold a job, apply for federal aid, can't handle money or bills. Federal aid takes years of consistent effort. How can these kids apply if they have no fixed address? FASD youth are often impulsive and may be violent. FASD youth are loose on society at age 18. City streets are unsafe. FASD youth end up homeless many times and addicted. The mentally ill are often released by police rather than incarcerated. Steps to address mental illness. Prevention is the first. Keep alcohol away from pregnant women. Treatment. We could provide adequate diagnosis of mental instability early so that mentally ill children can be separated into special schools early to teach and reteach essentials. Train parents to apply for federal aid early. Get medical and legal guardianship control early so that they can help their FASD adults. We could provide safe havens, institutions where the mentally ill can live, work, and contribute. It's not less expensive to release the mentally ill to the streets. It's not less expensive to provide only money to some mentally ill who can't handle money. SAMHSA provides a one-person apartment to less disabled people who had help applying. The mentally disabled need much more help. Human collateral. Collateral damage is defined as deaths, injuries, and damage to property of people who are not in the military that happens as a result of fighting in a war. We are at war. Human collateral losses are our children, our lives, our cities, our future. Eliminate FASD. Alert pregnant women no alcohol is safe for a fetus. Tell federal agencies to stop this carnage now. Send the message below with your plea to these agencies as given in the attached description file. Here's the message to send. Stop the carnage. Lead a campaign to eliminate the risk immediately. Campaign for births free of fetal alcohol syndrome by the year 2020. We can also legislate in Congress. United States Alcohol Pricing and Use Bill could federalize liquor package stores, allow liquor sales to those only over the age of 21, and prevent youths from obtaining liquor at dollar stores, department stores, and grocery stores. Control prices of liquor. Focus taxes on minimum prices to remove the inexpensive sources of alcohol favored by high-risk drinkers. Index alcohol prices to inflation to control prices over time. In the long run, we will have better prenatal care, advising pregnant young women to avoid alcohol, reporting and treatment of mental instabilities, and better assessment of costs related to the effects of alcohol on mental health. We'd have a reduction of traffic accidents, violent crime, and aggravated assaults associated with offenders under the influence of alcohol. We would have a reduction of court and incarceration costs for alcohol-related crimes, reduction of devastating spectrum disabilities due to fetal alcohol disorders, and a reduction of child endangerment and child abuse due to parent use of alcohol. We're leading toward better mental and physical health for Americans.